Thanks for checking out this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe. And you know, that brings me to another thing. So, we were doing Observer Radio the other day, and we were talking about the Dynamite show, and we were talking about the opening segment with Will Ospreay, and Dave brought up Will Ospreay's outfit, and he got into the big discussion about how Will Ospreay maybe should, I can't remember what he said, but it was essentially dress more like a star. And then, this became a big thing. This became a big thing over the last couple of days. And Will Ospreay even tweeted about it. Don Callis tweeted about it. And I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days because people got very passionate about this. And I was thinking about it because I made a similar comment about Mark Davis and Mark Davis's street clothes that he would wear out on Dynamite. I got accused of bullying Mark Davis, which is entertaining to me. But I got thinking about it, and here's my take on this, okay? Because when Dave brought it up regarding Will Ospreay, I didn't even think about it. I was like, was he really dressed that poorly? It didn't even occur to me. And I think the thing is this. As Tony Schiavone once said, I believe it was Tony Schiavone, it's really quite simple. I think that at the end of the day, these professional wrestlers are professional wrestlers. They're supposed to be stars. Fans, whatever you want to say about how, I don't care, I just like the wrestling and this and that. Fans want to see stars wrestling. And I think that if you are a professional wrestler, listen carefully to me. I think that if you are a professional wrestler, it is important that you look like a star. Now, what does that mean? What it means is, I don't like the old WWE, you gotta pass the airport test, guy. Vince's whole deal, you had to turn heads when you walk through the airport. I don't buy that because you got to walk through the airport, okay? But if you're on national television, if you're on a large streaming service, whatever, I think that if you are a performer on a television show, it was Mike Tenay, by the way, that said it's really quite simple. If you are a performer on a television show, I think that when you are performing on that television show, I don't care about the airport. When you're performing on that television show, I think it is important that you attempt to look like a star. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to wear a suit, okay? This keeps being brought up. Like people, WWE for a while was like everybody had to show up in a suit. And, Undertaker, he was not showing up in a suit. And he had tenure, so he didn't. But, there was a time when Vince wanted that. And I think the suit thing, and Dave mentioned this, like Ric Flair used to always wear a suit, and the old NWA champions used to wear suits. And I think that there's something to the suit thing in the sense that, in the 80s, when Ric Flair was the NWA world champion and the top guy, it was the 80s, dude. It was all about money, fame, business. And in the 80s, rich business people, they wore their Rolex watches and they wore their suits and they flew in their jets and the whole shebang. So in the 80s, as the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, that look worked for Ric Flair. Okay? Now in today's world, famous people don't necessarily dress like that, especially since COVID. The what you wear to the office is very different now than what it was in the 80s. And, you see, this famous person caught on TMZ, they're not walking around in their suit, okay? But I do think that in some way you need to look like a star. The Hurt Business, the Hurt Syndicate, they all wear suits, okay? But they're the Hurt Syndicate because they can't be called the Hurt Business. But they say our business is hurting people. Their gimmick is they're businessmen, they wear business suits. The thing is, I don't care necessarily what you wear, but in some way, you need to look like somebody special. There's a million ways to do that, okay? Are you one of those youngsters today who listens to Spotify? I don't even know what it is. But I do know this. All of our podcasts are available at Spotify. You can head up right now and sign up. The easiest way to do so, f4wonline.com/Spotify. And for just $9.99 per month, you can listen to 84 podcasts on any given month. 84! 2 to 3 podcasts every single day covering pro wrestling and mixed martial arts. And if you think about $9.99 per month, that's just pennies per day. So check it out today on Spotify. That's f4wonline.com/Spotify. f4wonline.com/Spotify.